Friendly! Alright. What is he talking about?
You said don't hit the barrels.
Hey, we're getting main back up. We're gonna let you know.
Okay. I wish I could tell him that. He said don't hit the barrels. I don't know why he said that. Whoa!
Clegg?
That was me looking at a note while I'm hitting things, by the way. let's just leave Clegg.
No, no, no. Come on.
Sorry.
That was not nice.
I'm sorry. Like, when we were in the Landmark beta, or not the beta, the initial company playtest, the first thing I was doing, here, I'm going to hand this to you while I run around for a little bit.
All right.
The first thing I did was find Clegg and start digging a hole under him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of the way it works. You got to pay back. What were you saying, though?
I was just saying the world is really big. It takes a long time to get across it.
So H1Z1, the new zombie apocalypse survival game from Sony Online Entertainment, had a live stream yesterday where they played the game for 50 minutes. Some of it was just of the two commentators you can see in the bottom left just talking. But I figured in this video I cut down the best 10 minutes out of that live stream and just tell you what I think about the game. Because I think this game has got a lot of promise, given that DayZ standalone has been a little bit slow to develop at the moment, and this might be a really good game to try out. This footage here is a little bit blurred because they were really low health, as you can see the little warning on the top, but I like the fact there's no HUD and stuff up, so it's just you versus the environment. But this game, as I've said before, is based on the PlanetSide 2 engine, so it's going to be really pretty, really nice textures and everything. The thing you will notice is that the world isn't quite as developed as you're probably used to seeing it in, say, the standalone and other zombie apocalypse survival games, especially things like The Last of Us. This obviously doesn't look very developed whatsoever. But I'll tell you in a second why that doesn't matter too much, because I personally think the core gameplay is right on track with this game, and adding in sort of extra props and putting in more sort of mucky zombie and bloodstains and things like that, that's the easiest part of the game. It's the core gameplay that always matters, and that's why it's taken DayZ standalone so long to get together, because every time they fix one of the 99 bugs, they end up with 120 bugs to fix. Afterwards, it's like they progressively break more because the core of the game isn't there. But the thing that impressed me the most about watching this live stream was that the gunplay, the building and traps and storage and all that kind of thing, and the zombies are all there. And you might have noticed some of the zombies, presumably because they got like bitten in the head when they were zombified, ignore the player and perhaps go after, say, like deers and wolves and things like that. Like all the animals and stuff in the environment all interact together. And then some of the zombies like horde up and attack, and there are hordes, although they didn't travel far enough to find one in this video, but there are hordes of roaming zombies. And as you'll see later on, the zombies kill in 3 hits. They are a real threat. They don't glitch through walls. They will follow you. They have got a bit of a derpy animation, and there's only one model at the moment, but obviously things like that are very easy for them to fix. Now this is nighttime here, and I have to say, it's a really cool looking nighttime with that torch. And you'll see in a second, he actually sets another player on fire with it. And you can set zombies and you can set buildings and everything if you hit them with this torch enough times. There are, of course, as you've seen in the intro as well, the little hand animations. So they're going to have a lot of these. It has been suggested they're going to be on a wheel kind of thing as well. So you can sort of select like a ton of different animations to play. But that's something going to be working. And you notice there as well on the window, there's actually a reflection from this torch, which I thought was a really cool little detail. That's where he set that guy on fire. He's a bit of a bandit, this guy, the keyboard mod t-shirt dude in the bottom corner. He's one of the game designers. I think the guy on the right is like one of the project leads or something like that. But the other guy killed him as well. He was defending him. They picked up the guy they ran over in the intro, and he became sort of their mini bodyguard, because this was a sort of internal build within Sony where all the developers could get on and play test it and stuff. Also, the game is coming out, if you wondered, for you to play in 4 weeks' time, which is going to be sort of mid-May. and it's going to be $20, I think, on Steam to play. This is the first gun. Guns are apparently very hard to find, but it is free to play. So if you don't want to buy early access, then it is totally free to play this game. So you can play it and try it out as you want. Now, from what they've said, and they were actually talking about this here, if you watch the live stream footage, they were saying that this is definitely not going to be a Twitch shooter, and I'm really glad about that, because personally, I'm not a great fan of the way that sort of gunplay tends to pan out in DayZ. You see, for me, and this is probably where you're going to disagree with me, but this is just my experience of playing DayZ over the last few years. But the gunplay is, other than learning, say, bullet drop and things with the sniper, for me is almost entirely skillless. Basically, in DayZ and the standalone, if you shoot somebody first or you see them first, you are almost guaranteed to win, even if your aim's bad. And there's very little punishment for missing a shot, especially with semi-auto snipers. So I would hope that in this game it's sort of verging a little bit in between sort of DayZ and Rust, which is kind of where this game seems to be positioning itself. Because in Rust you need good aim to take people out. But I want it so that if you miss with a bolt action sniper, you can't just follow up immediately with another shot. Like, you've actually got to make that first shot count, you know, with say limited ammo, and the fact that it's quite difficult to judge bullet drop and wind and things like that. And those kind of ballistics will be in this game. Now, what is showing here is the dev crafting menu, because you've got to put things together in a certain order, I think, and then I'm not entirely sure why there's wood in the character thing on his face, but maybe that's where he's storing it, that block of wood under his cap or something. But they spawned in some wood and stuff, because obviously they're devs and they can do that, and they've built a shed somehow out of these. I don't really know how this works. I don't know if it's going to be the same one that's in the final game, because I think they were saying that this is sort of how it looks for the developers when they're trying to do things. But he built this pristine hut. I don't know if this is just going to be a temporary model, or how difficult it is to get this, because obviously in Rust, where you've got a basic shelter like this, there's just like tons of them littering the landscape, because this is going to be, this isn't going to have servers which are rentable. It's going to be literally 1,000 players on Sony's servers, and you know, unless they sort of, these have got a decay or something like that, you can imagine with 1,000 people on, your landscape is going to be full of little huts pretty soon. But I'm hoping that this is going to be something which is sort of a little bit more of an advanced build, or something that, as I say, does decay. But you can also border up all sorts of buildings and stuff like that. Like, you could, like this parking lot area here, you could take over this if you wanted to, because they've got all those building mechanics in already. And the good thing is, with all this building, because it's on the PlanetSide 2 engine, you don't get all the lag created by that affecting all the gunplay, because it's all sort of better balanced for having 1,000 players on the server. But you know, I think this game is going to be really good. Not only because if it isn't, you don't pay anything to actually try it out unless you buy early access, but also because it's going to get DayZ standalone to sort of pull its act together a bit better. Now it's sort of competition to them. I think, you know, from what I've seen and what I know about PlanetSide 2, I think it's going to be particularly good. And if you're worried about monetization, with it being a free-to-play model, they're going by what the community wants to be monetized. So that hasn't been said at all yet. They're going to go through feedback of what people want to be monetized. So obviously people don't want guns and things like that to cost money, because obviously that would unbalance gameplay. And it seems like a really sensible way of doing things. But thanks for watching, guys. I thought I'd keep you updated with this game, and I'll see you guys in the next chapter.